I'm Holly Lewis. I'm an actor, a dramaturge, and a playwright. And my connection to Western Canada Theatre was that I moved out to Kamloops in 2011, and I worked there as an actor until about 2016. And I was married to the artistic director at the time, Daryl Cloran, and I still am married to Daryl Cloran. Kamloops was incredibly welcoming right from the beginning. There was no moment where I felt like I was from away or that I wasn't welcome. It was incredible. When Daryl did his first announcement of this first season, we were all invited to come to the announcement, and one of the board members had made our son a rocking horse, and out of wood. It was just this beautiful rocking horse, and our son sat on the rocking horse and rocked in front of the podium where Daryl announced the first season. And I was just from the moment we arrived, just incredibly welcoming community. I can talk forever about the Fiancée. It's a piece of joy in my life that continues to give. Okay, so I was sitting in my kitchen in Kamloops listening to the radio, and there was a story that came on about a woman that got engaged to many men during World War II because she didn't want anyone to go off to war without having someone to come home to. Such a beautiful story. I can't track down that story anymore. But I remember sitting there in my kitchen, looking out my window at the cherries growing and thinking, oh, that's such an amazing story. Western Canada Theatre has done a lot of very, very good comedies. Your actor, Kirk Smith, I have seen and laughed at so many times. Such an incredible comic actor, as well as Anita Wittenberg used to live in Kamloops, and she is a phenomenal comic actor. I've seen do many, many shows at Western Canada Theatre. And so I was actually really inspired by the work of actors that I saw on the stages there. And I was thinking, what would farce be like if there were women at the center of it as the people who were trying to get away with the challenge, trying to deal with the main challenge? And so that's where the idea for the play came from. And I'm a very slow writer. It takes me a long time. That process took about 7 years to go from idea in my Kamloops kitchen to the stage. I went to Queen's University for engineering. I ended up making it through the first couple of years and then deciding that I really wanted to be in theater instead. So I dropped out of the program and went into theater. And I think that the engineer in me is really attracted to the structure of what plays can do. And so the play for me is about boundaries. This is something that I've always struggled with, is like how to say no, how to take space for what I need, how to say yes to the things I want. And so the play is really about how to say yes to what you really want and no to what you don't want. And all the characters in the play fit on kind of a sliding scale of yes and no. No all the time isn't right, and yes all the time isn't right. And how do we find the way to be together and contribute positively to each other and still get the things that we really want? I'm Holly Lewis, and my Western Canada Theatre is community.